What's up and welcome back to my channel. I'm Diana and I'm the founder of Money Boss Mama, and in this video I'm going to be walking you through kind of like my journey to paying off my auto loan, reducing the interest rate, as well as lowering that high ass car payment. So if you are someone that has an auto loan and it has a ridiculous interest rate and the car payment, you feel like you are barely getting by with it, then grab your pen and grab your notepad and let's get started. All right, so I want to preface this a little bit because I was already on my credit score journey. If you are not new here, then you know my auto loan payment took up one of my bi-weekly paychecks, and I had a child, so that was not a really fun situation. I could barely take care of myself, let alone take care of my child, because I had one paycheck to use per month. And so I went to good old Google to try to figure out what I could do to get rid of this auto loan payment without doing a voluntary repo. I will say that I used to literally daydream about driving my ass to that dealership, leaving the car there and with the keys inside, and just walking off and hoping that they would forgive me for this debt. But obviously that did not happen. So I did come across refinancing, and refinancing is basically whenever you take out a new loan that is going to pay off your previous loan but under new terms and a new interest rate. And oftentimes you will have a new payment as well, and it may be with a new lender. So whenever I learned about this, I embarked on my credit score journey, and I will link the video on the screen where I just broke down my credit score journey and how I was able to add on 100 points in 1 year, which leads me to saying, anything that you do that involves money or something that's worthwhile, you guys, you have to have patience. Things are not going to be instantaneous. Your situation is not going to change tomorrow. Like, you really have to be committed to this, and you really have to be dedicated, because it's going to take patience and it's going to take delayed gratification. So whenever I refinanced, I was about a little over 700. That's where I felt comfortable. But of course, you don't have to have a 700 credit score. You don't have to wait until you get it up that high. It was just where I wanted to be because I wanted the best rate. And this allowed me to go from 9.25% to 2.1%, which obviously was well worth it. Now, when I got my credit score to where I felt comfortable, I started the process of comparing interest rates. So I was trying to explore all of my options just to see who had the best interest rates, because when you are refinancing, that is going to be a hard pull on your credit score. So you don't just want to jump with the first option that you see. Really take your time, explore all of your options. And one quick tip is to try to seek out credit unions. They typically offer the lowest interest rates because most credit unions are not for profit, which means that they can roll over the benefits back into their programs, thus offering you a low interest rate. So I went with a local credit union. If you are from Arkansas, I went with Arkansas Federal Credit Union. They had a special going on at the time, and that is how I snagged my 2.19%, because they said the better your credit score was, then the better chances that you had of getting this low interest rate. And I think it was 1.99% was the special. I did not get that, obviously, but hell, for 2.19%, I was happy and I took it. Now that I had decided to go with Arkansas Federal Credit Union, came the process of signing all the documents, and I made sure to keep my term exactly the same. I did not stretch it out and I did not shorten it. Whenever you are refinancing, in order to maximize the actual benefit of refinancing under a new interest rate, preferably a lower interest rate, it's important to keep your term the same or shorten it. Now, if you stretch out the length of your term, as in you're adding on more time, it's gonna look real good, sis. It's gonna look good because obviously if you're stretching out the time you can pay on this loan, then your monthly payment is going to be shorter. But you're going to be paying out more money in the long run over the life of the loan because they have more time to charge you interest. So I was ready to be done with this damn debt. I wanted to be done with auto loan payments. I did not want to see auto loan attached to my name anymore. It scarred me so bad. I kept the term the same. I did not have the money to shorten it. But if you are feeling yourself in the process, you can shorten the length of your term, which means that you're going to be paying the term with the car off a lot faster, which may mean that your payment may be a little higher as well. So if you cannot afford to pay more than what you're currently paying, then I recommend just keeping the same term and rocking it out that way. Okay, and then when I had my new lender and my new interest rate and my new payment, came the budgeting aspect of it. So my payments went from $459 to $345.05. So my payment actually dropped by about $115 a month. Now keep in mind, I kept the term the same and my interest rate dropped from 9.25% to 2.1%, but I was a little upside down with the loan, so I did have to use a portion of my tax refund, which, side note, you may have to put in a little bit of money just to get the value of your car up to the amount that you actually owe. I think I paid in about $1,500, which, whatever, it was fine with me to get that interest rate. But then after that, I was paying $115 less per month. I made sure that eventually I got my budget to a place where I was paying more than that $345.05. I did get to a place eventually where I was able to pay my original amount and sometimes a little over that, just so that I could maximize the benefit of having this low interest rate. And another quick tip when you are paying on your loan is to make bi-weekly payments if you are able to. So whenever you are paying your one monthly payment, that's going to be 12 payments that you make in a year. But if you break it up into bi-weekly payments, that's less time for interest to accrue, and then you do wind up making an extra payment at the end of the year. Whenever the year is done, you would have made a whole full extra payment. So if you have 26 of your bi-weekly pay periods and 2 equals 1 full payment, then 24 would be just your full 12 months, but you have 2 additional bi-weekly payments. So these 2 equal 1 full payment at the end of the year, or whenever the year is taken into consideration. So that is a tip I recommend using. It's great, trust me on it. You'll make an extra payment and it won't even feel like anything. All right, I want to keep this video short and sweet, so that wraps up how I was able to reduce my auto loan payment by reducing the interest rate. If you have ever refinanced, leave me down below how your process went, and if you are in the process or looking into it, leave me down below any additional questions that you have, and I will catch you all in the next one.